Welcome back, Smite fans. Still waiting on this last set. Looking at exceL versus Rival. Even though this isn't going to change anything standing-wise, it's going to be good practice for exceL going into the gauntlet.
Yeah, definitely want to, have some solid games against Rival here. I don't really know exactly, how full force Rival are going to go in these matches. Probably we could see some spicy stuff. You never know.
We saw a little spice last week.
We did see some spice last week. I mean, when you're 20 point, when you're like almost triple everyone else's points in the league, you can really start bringing out some interesting stuff. Not even just like to troll, to actually experiment with. You don't get the chance. You can do so in scrims, but it's not the same feeling. Teams and players play differently between scrims and the actual matches sometimes. So being able to do that in the exceL environment is actually incredibly beneficial. You can really see what you feel confident in when it comes to big boy matches and what you think really just won't work.
It's being able to use it in a professional setting that's going to help them out. So Rival and exceL are going to be able to do the same thing, since no situation is going to change for them. It's unfortunate that exceL aren't going to be coming out to LAN, but like I said, it's going to be good practice for Gauntlet for both Rival and exceL.
I hope Rival don't go to Gauntlet.
Well, I'm not going to Gauntlet, but you know what I mean.
Let's actually take a look at the Gauntlet. Let's see what the brackets are real quick. We'll take a quick peek for those who do not know. Again, exceLence and exceL are going to be the bottom two. They'll be facing off against the top-seeded challenger team coming out of Europe. That's being played through faceit.com, so make sure to check that out. North America, it's Elevate and Kingdom at the bottom. And again, faceit.com going to find that top challenger team coming out for them as well.
And we've seen some good plays coming out from all four of these teams. It's just been this or that. It's been roster changes. It's been not being able to just go up against a Rival. I mean, there's so many things that go into play, but it's going to be nice to see them head off once again, although I'm not looking forward to the exceLence exceL game. Not going to lie.
Why is that, Tiger?
Because it's really hard with exceLence and exceL.
I have a question. Did you wear your tiger stripe tie yesterday?
I did. You missed it.
I did. I got to cast with a boring tie. I'm not even wearing one.
It's all right. I mean, I like the purple. Purple's still good.
It's good. Solid.
All right, well,
we'll see how solid exceL are going to be in this game, though. Matching up against the top card in the European exceL for sure. Rival. I mean, their names: Gnome, Rapio, Watson, Zenborne, Atonement. They did pretty well at the last exceL LAN as well. These guys they have a ton of experience and individual skill amongst them.
They did really well without Watson, and now that they brought Watson on for this split, it's been pretty rough. So we're gonna see with going into game one of Rival versus exceL.
See how these picks and bans play out. Going to be really interesting. And honestly, there was a little bit of you had to question Watson, right? Because it's one thing to dominate in solo lane, but that's all he played.
Yeah.
Bring him into mid. They kicked Headhunter, I believe it was at the time. There's a lot of question marks on how that would work out. I think they wanted Watson originally to be solo, and they were debating putting Gnome there. But Watson has clearly fit into that mid role quite well and very quickly too. I mean, he is just as dominant as he was in solo lane in this mid lane.
And it's nice to see because Rapio now has a partner in aggression. The Season 3 mid jungle synergy is on point with these guys, so it's going to be up to exceL to try and fight that back. First ban going to be Susano, which is good. Keep Rapio off of these horrifying gods.
Yeah, Rapio's a monster too. I'll be interested to see if he's going to pull out that Erlang Shen we saw at the LAN. Seen it a couple more times too. He is really good at playing setup, and also, I mean, he plays it like a carry, and he does carry with it too.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to see a Fenrir. I would love to see Rapio on Fenrir. He's so good at it.
You always want to see a Fenrir.
Always Fenrir. But Terra going to get banned out because Sustain is pretty nasty at this point in the game, especially with Terra and Guan Yu, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that out either.
You might see exceL ban the Guan Yu if they don't want to run it. I would expect them to keep it open, and that's exactly what they're going to do here. Just taking out those two really strong carries coming out of the jungle, and actually Rival, more respect there to, I believe it's Welshbeastq in that Hunter role, taken out as Freya.
But you know what they did? They left Fafnir open, and Rival have run Fafnir like 9-10 times out of this entire split. They love Fafnir.
I mean, you talked about the aggression coming out of, Rapio now has Watson to match that, but Zenborne's aggressive too. My man rocks red buffs on Sobek, even though his Hunter's right next to me like, no, give me that red buff real quick. I'll show you how to carry.
Rival, come on.
He does the same thing with Faf.
I made a legit point. You always play this. And now you're making me look like a liar. Ra gonna get picked up. Athena picked up as well, which could go to Rapio or Zenborne.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind either. And you know, if Rapio wants to, you know, experiment a little bit more with, you know, non-assassins, this is definitely the stage to do it in. Rival are guaranteed to land right now. Also, this is a great matchup if he does play at jungle against an Isis. Athena is so good because you can cancel out that Wind Gust. She has no way to get away. I mean, the only thing she can do is either perfectly time a Spirit Ball or preemptively actually hit that silence right as that dash closes, because it takes a second to activate, and you need to get that off before the taunt comes through. And then obviously they have the combo, the raw Athena. We saw it a ton from Sanguine in Group A. Clearly what Rival are going for.
Definitely. Bot's going to get locked in as well. Isis, they have run this before. I have my picks in front of me, put a little star because I did have that written down. If anything, Rival picking up the Athena to take it away from exceL because they do like to run that as well. But Ram going to get picked up for more than likely Atonement.
And Ram obviously really good at chasing down kills in the backline. If your team composition struggles from, you know, chaining people down, jumping, diving onto the backline, that's where Rama truly shines. When a lot of team fight damage comes out and Jing, Hun, Batz, and Isis all run away and you don't have the ability to chase them, you have the Ram snipes to confirm the kills. We also saw an interesting style from Barracuda, which, you know, no one had really been ever doing, where you'd actually start a fight at Group B with the Ram snipe, and he would just like hit the carry 2 or 3 times, and the carry can't then jump in, you know, with the rest of his team. I don't know if we're going to see that come out from, you know, Atonement, but it's always, you know, a chance to be there.
A little bit of a reverse, especially when you're not expecting it in the heat of a team fight. Fafnir, they don't want to pick it up for themselves, going to go ahead and ban it so it's not used against them. exceL, breaking my dreams, crushing all my hopes, getting rid of that Fenrir.
And I think they would have gone for, I mean, Athena's 100% support at this point, because obviously they're going to have the first pick in the second phase of the draft, so if they really wanted to run that Fafnir, that's theirs. Clearly, they probably pick the Fafnir over the Ram as well, a little bit worried about getting it banned out against them. So the jungle is still open for Rapio here, and exceL know it too. They ban away the Fenrir, so sorry, cry your eyes out, Tiger. And I would really like to see the Erlang Shen banned, simply because you already have the Athena setup. Like dealing with that double combo would be way too devastating. Double
taunt is still on the board because they do get rid of the Awelish. Just focusing in on the comp that doesn't necessarily have a lot of jumps.
Yeah, I mean, the Awel, obviously Jing and Hun, Batz are going to jump, and so you don't want to deal with that potential Awelix pickup. Obviously something that Rapio is incredibly comfortable with in the jungle, but a Chaac actually picked up for the soul lane. This is surprising.
Not necessarily, because we have seen Chaac a little bit before in games that did mean a lot more for teams. Rival, they're set, they're secure. This is more just an experiment phase.
That's true.
Yeah, but we have seen Chaac before, and the sustain that he brings to the solo lane, even though he had to get a little bit of a nerf, but also a little bit of buff in some respects.
Yeah, I don't think, and this again isn't through just yet, correct? The changes to Chaac?
Was it on the Camazotz patch?
Yes.
Then no, we're not seeing that, so he still will knock up. I think.
Yes.
I'm not actually sure.
I don't do patch notes. That's Hindu. Hindu's the one who actually, I'm like, Hindu, what are we at now? And he's like, I don't know, 3.79.
We're on this number.
BS.
We got this number right here.
Odin,
we're not on that one.
Odin gonna be locked in, and Erlang
I need a bow tie.
Erlang Shen, you need a much better accent too. Erlang Shen picked up for exceL.
I got my southern, we're good.
Not open for Rapio with the final pick. He's going to go Odin more than likely. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe you could see this Athena into the jungle role, and it's Odin actually coming out support. A lot of flex options for Rival, but it is going to be Zenborne on the Athena. So going for the support there, and pretty traditional.
And, of course, you know, the very traditional jungle Ra.
Yeah, no. Real traditional.
Super. But jungle Ra going to be Rapio taking that into the mid, or into the jungle, and Watson taking Chaac into the mid. So Zenborne will still have that conventional Athena and Atonement, but Gnome going to be taking Odin to the solo lane. So a little bit of a switch up, but Watson in the mid. What is Chaac going to do in the mid that he might not have done in the solo lane?
I mean, he clears effectively, obviously. He actually puts out a ton of pressure onto other mages, especially when you can, you know, hit the mage and the wave with your, you know, your Thunder Axe there. But he doesn't bring a lot of guaranteed damage. But again, they put the Raw in the jungle, so he's there to set up the Raw jungle as opposed to the other way around, you know, where Watson would come in, silence people. Okay, we get the Raw snipe off of that, or Zenborne sets it up, Raw snipe in the mid. I am interested to see how this Raw jungle plays out, though. Maybe this is something Rapio really wants to do.
I mean, taking these picks that you don't necessarily get to, and then play them in a setting where you're still professional, but there's not a lot on the line. I think that's the ideal situation for Rapio and Watson together, just because they're going to be able to experiment even further with their synergy, with these picks that may or may not work, but there's no skin off their back if they don't work.
The main issue here is that Raw has 0 pressure in the jungle. And I mean, if I'm exceL, I'm invading this Raw on cooldown.
Well,
he's going to have to burn his snipes to confirm his buffs.
Well, you're taking the best jungler in the EU SCL and
true.
putting him on a god that you normally wouldn't
true.
even see. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge, and it's been accepted by Rapio.
And Rapio running around the corner here. Beam does connect onto Elexum, and the slow from Watson is going to line up the torrent damage. Axe on cooldown still. Not going to be enough to finish off Elexum, but the pressure is on.
The geometry is real coming out from Rapio. Knew exactly what they were going to run. Hit Elexum with the beam, forced them out already. So that's some pretty good pressure.
Especially against Isis. Right-hand side, Gnome getting a little bit low. Mango Man, no dash available right now. Otherwise, we would have saw that pluck more than likely. But this Sobek, I mean, you got to feel comfortable on a Sobek with, lane pressure. So unlikely that happens. That's going to be a good, spot for exceL to be in. Just have a Guardian be able to free farm so effectively, get ahead. He does have to worry about ganks, though. Obviously, the Odin cage is going to lock the Sobek in, so Mango Man needs to make sure that he's got the wards and make sure the rotations of anyone into the jungle are called.
If you take out Gnome, if you take out that cage, the anti-healing coming out from Mango Man is still going to help out against the Rapio. So I think that's gonna be more centered that direction.
For sure, definitely something that's gonna be pretty heavily focused on here. No one doing any killing just yet, though, as Watson and Rapio just trying to farm up for the most part. I mean, they really don't want to fight either. They really don't want to engage until they have Zenborne start rotating, because that's what's going to allow Rapio to hit those snipes. It's way too hard to try and just free snipe as a Raw. You saw what Eager did, really relying in Group E, really relying on the setup coming out from the support and the jungle to secure the Raw snipes. It wasn't just best hitting everything, possible. So they're going to have to wait for Zenborne, I think, and I do like this slow pace for excellence.
And you can't forget the
rival.
You can't forget the elephant in the room, that you're playing with the controller. PC Smite and console Smite is a different beast because you're playing on a completely different level, playing on 2 different planes with the controller. So gods like Raw with that snipe, it's very hard to hit. So you definitely do have to rely on Zenborne, not only because of mechanics, but because of the controller mechanics as well. So that's why we don't see him all that often.
Yeah, and you could see, I mean, Watson's just going to be able to tank up a lot of this damage in the early game. We did see Elexum actually have the pressure with the Isis, but he hasn't been able to abuse that again. We saw Rapio come in, hit that really nice beam, and that kind of forced Elexum, back. Hasn't been able to regain the pressure in the mid lane. Does have tier 2, and actually here comes Zenborne.
Here comes the silence as well. Snipe not going to be on the mark, but Elexum still taking a lot of damage. The taunt going to be good, and Watson just keeps wailing, but the Fear No Evil going to help them scatter. Elexum using the Wing Gust to try to get away. Thus far, does it, but by the skin of his teeth.
And Rapio in a little bit of trouble here, plucked back by Mango Man, who did secure first blood onto Watson, and this is just the inexperience of Rapio playing mages outside of, Ao Kuang. He raw snipes with his Athena in front of him, and the Athena hadn't taunted yet, and it misses. that was, the perfect engage from Rival.
But at least
they waited. Like he actually did wait for Athena to become a part of the fight there, but then he just didn't ult when the taunt came through. He ulted and then the taunt came after. I mean, maybe that's on Zenborne too. But I mean, you got to play. You can't play off the Raw. The Zenborne can't play off Rapio in that fight. Rapio needs to play off Zenborne's taunt. You can't have Raw call it because Zenborne, might be trying to bait out Purification before the taunt comes through or something like that there. So a little bit of a misplay for Rival does give exceL first blood.
This makes it a little bit harder for Rapio because he's normally in the position where others react to him. He has to become reactive instead, especially when it comes to Athena, because she can wombo combo with everybody, but Rapio is more reliant on her.
And that's just a difference in playstyle. If you're an assassin who's, the initiator for your team in a lot of senses, as a Raw, you just can't do the same thing. You need to wait for your team to line up your damage, so it's going to be free. I mean, maybe he just felt like he could hit the ultimate there, because Boots 3 wasn't online yet for Elexum, but there's no need to take that risk when you have Athena right there too.
And we're going to have this never-ending cycle until later on in the game. Hold on, that's going to be a nice taunt. Cobb trying to get away. The silence going to be good. He's one hit. Watson just trying to keep up. He's going to juke to the left. He's going to juke to the right and head right back into the tower, waiting for that Dax, and there it is.
Brutal. That's just so unfortunate there for Cobb. So what actually happens there is he's still in the rain dance, so he's a little bit worried that the Chaac's going to be able to catch up to him. So he actually starts to juke to the right, maybe trying to delay, wait for his team, but Chaac had given up on him. Chaac had actually backed up, and that extra time he spent juking, he could have spent running more towards his tower. Chaac realizes this, closes the gap, and he's able to get that axe off a cooldown. If, Cobb would have just kept going, he would have been fine there. Chaac had given up there, and that's just unfortunate. You can never be sure of when that person's going to stop chasing you.
Rival, our team sustain, currently able to sustain themselves up, still dish out the damage to the Gold Fury, and it is gone. The first one going to be gone, and Elexum going to be gone as well with the taunt coming through, trying to take out Zenborne. Jeron going to be able to find it, but the taunt coming through as well. Gnome taking out Jeron, and the cage has been erected. CobbY has no way to get out. Instead, he's just turtling around the edge of the cage, and he's still alive, but Rapio going to quickly change that.
Rival coming out on top on there, finding 3 kills in another fantastic play for Zenborne. He does die in the engagement, but he sets up so much free damage for Watson. We saw the 2-man taunt. We saw the full combo from Watson as well. Drops the axe, drops the torrent, crushes everyone. Rapio loops around the side at the end there, able to clean up the last kill as well onto the Erlang Shen. And, that's just what you have to do as Rival. Just, play off the Athena. You shouldn't be their composition is not built to do anything outside of play off the Athena, except for maybe play off of Gnome. But he's got teleport, and I'm not sure if he's really going to be able to go blink. Probably going to be better to go a different relic. So we'll see what he goes for.
And CobbY minimized the carnage there by using his own taunt in the ultimate. Yeah. He's going to taunt, he's going to heal back up in a couple of seconds, so at that point he kept them busy so the rest of the team could get away. He lost his life in the process, but he minimized what could have been a 1 for 4 or a 1 for 5.
And a good job for him. But Rival still in a very comfortable spot. The jungle Raw hasn't really been doing much, but 1,500 gold in the lead right now. His farm has also been pretty efficient. He's got about a 500 gold lead over the Hun Batz right now. You got to be feeling good if you're Rapio. Talked a little bit off the mark, but exceL really feeling this pressure in the mid lane. I believe they did lose that first Gold Fury as well, and Rival's just trying to buy time, waiting for that second one to respawn.
They have control over the majority of the jungle, whether it's their own or not. Gnome, however, going to be able to meet up with Mango Man. Nice putt coming through, and now into the Fear No Evil. I didn't even notice he was there. Pin gonna miss it instead. Gnome going to be forced to jump away, but even after all that, he took hardly any damage.
Yeah, and, the shield came through, too, at a really good time, negated a lot of it. 2-man taunt here, and here we go again. Watson, but Cobb's in the corner. And exceL are going to be okay there. Really good job for Elexum to hold his purification there. That's always a really hard decision to make. He doesn't have any vision on Rapio at the time. Rapio could have been lining up a snipe there, but he holds on to it right now. And that's exactly what both teams need to do. Rival need to try and bait out purification as much as possible to line up the damage for the Raw. And exceL need to realize when the real damage is coming through and make sure not to have their purification burned before it.
Yeah, nice 2-man taunt once again. So much damage being lifted through, and Watson gonna find the double. That is 2 kills for the mid Shock, and now Jeron, a nice tasty target, not gonna be hit by the Raw, instead gonna be just fine for now, but that's a lot of pressure onto their tier 1 tower.
And now the TP comes through from Mango Man. You could see that Odin's gonna be able to split push off of this. Mango really felt like it was important that he be a part of this fight, but he's not gonna be able to have an impact. Now he's gonna be rotating back over, and Rapio underneath, low mana, but he just really wants that kill onto Jeron. Jeron is gonna be fine for now. And again, finally, Rival just playing off the Athena. Rapio waits for it. The purification was burned from Ice as well, but he had to preempt that. Rapio finds 2, just completely obliterates their health pool. Watson cleans up the kill with his damage on the axe, and that's just how you need to play this composition. And this is why Rival's the top team in Europe. They're just so comfortable. Even they're running raw jungle, right? And they're still very comfortable in pulling off the teamwork. And this is something that Rapio's never played, and he's already figured it out after the first mess up.
How How can exceL combat this pressure, though? Rival are all over the map. We saw pressure on the left side, pushing Jing way back. Welshbeastq couldn't even come out of his tower for a little while. We've seen it on the right. We've seen it a lot of priority onto, once again, these mid objectives, the mid harpies and the fire amps. What can exceL do?
I mean, you probably need to play off your Batz ult and Isis ults, but the main issue is that these players are getting really far behind, and exceL got outdrafted, like flat out. I mean, it's hard to say because you have a Ra in the jungle, but you look at the composition that Rival have drafted. They've got a lot of CC, or one CC that Zenborne, you know, sets up the snipe with, really easy purification burner. They have Gnome, like once, he's not even a factor in this game yet. Once the Odin cage comes through, no one on exceL is going to be able to get outside of that cage, outside of Jingwei ulting and Batz, you know, jumping out. The Isis, the Erlang Shen, and the Sobek going to have a lot of trouble escaping it, but they really just need to play around that fear no evil, kind of try and, you know, wait out this game a little bit longer, make sure not to lose anything, bait people into, you know, some awkward fights here, and they basically have to defend this gold theory that Rival has started up.
And right now I'm not seeing any rotations over that way. I don't even think they're going to blink in that direction. So exceL, you're talking a little bit about that Odin. Since we're not going to see any retaliation for this gold fear, you're going to go easily to Rival because you're very late.
I mean, can we bring up wards as well? You can already see just the map littered with wards from Rival. Actually a pretty good split right now, but it's just the timing of them. So unfortunate for exceL. You need to make sure that when that Gold Fury spawns, that's when you're, you know, warding the most. You don't really need it when Gold Fury's down.
Do you want to see a Phantom, and if so, on who?
Yeah, I would like to see a Phantom here. Welsh is going to take this 1v1 though, but with a wave there for Atonement. Nothing really going to happen. Maybe probably the Erlang Shen has to get it. He's really the only one.
Jeron gonna get taunted. Use the Fear No Evil into the Isis ultimate as well. So much damage being popped out, and Zenborne can't. But Atonement with the snipes. Jeron gonna be eradicated, erased, deleted, and melted.
And really abusing that aggression that you know, Athena's trying to make before she gets her items online. Here comes the cage. Finally, Gnome is a part of these fights, and Mango Man in the back line too, just trying to deal with the carries. And he does take out one. So both soul lane warriors doing a great job of eliminating those backline mages.
That's going to be a 2 for 2, but I still feel like Rival kind of won that, and now they're looking pretty low. They don't want to keep aggressing this hard, but Mango Man is making it a little too easy for them. Gnome going to get credit for that kill, and Odin is going to continue to get bolstered.
And here comes the Athena ult as well. It's going to be a tier 1 tower. Jing Wei's just trying to split push. And that's unfortunate. I mean, Mango Man makes a beautiful play there. Mango Man's really been showing up so far this game. Picked up 2 kills for exceL, but the issue is that we saw Atonement rotate in, and, you know, Welshbeastq is just split pushing. If he's a part of that kill, you know, or the fight, maybe he can make an impact. You know, the Gus is very disruptive. He has a level lead over Atonement as well, but he's just not there when he needs to be.
And that's really unfortunate too, because you want to try and make as many plays as you can to keep the line stagnant. If you can't get ahead, just keep it normal. Don't give the team anything else to step forward with. They kept the kills even, they kept the tower count even, but it looked like Rival was about to take the tier 2.
Yeah, and he got the tier 1, so you can have an argument that it's
still even.
Yeah, I mean, the main issue with that is that if you're going to split push as Atonement rotates, then the call in the mid needs to be to play back, because you're just down a man. But we did see exceL still try and fight back. I think it was actually Jeron who went aggressive there with the Batz to begin with, and he did a good job of taking out one, but he get returned by Atonement with those snipes. And then after that, exceL were still pretty pushed up instead of just backing off, resetting, and allowing the Jing Wei to get that tower for free.
I want to see exceL get to the late game and just keep these trades even. The game is not even. 4-7. We're pushing 14 minutes and 30 seconds, and Rival have a decent lead. But I want exceL to have an answer. Even if they can't be the playmakers, still be reactive, which is still unfortunate, but keep it even. We saw the 2 kills. We saw the tower for tower. Rival didn't really get any further ahead. If anything, just with pressure. A nice 2-man stun coming out from Elexum.
Yeah,
that was nice.
That was decent there. Puts out a little bit of poke, but again, that's against a Raw who's just going to be able to heal that back up. No, no love lost for them. They're not caring about that at all. Rapio's going to drop the 3 soon.
Is there any reason we're not seeing a Doom Orb? I mean, aside from the fact that exceL are going against Rival, I want to see a little bit more damage, but we haven't seen that. Instead, starting out with a little bit more defensive because there is that shock in the mid lane.
I mean, I guess so, and he's picked up the wing blade. He's kind of been forced into this. You see 3 deaths on the side of Isis. Obviously, as a mage, at any point that you can just build all damage, you are happy with it, but that's not how the game plays out. You're very focused if you do that, and Elexum knows that too, so he's had to go into the wing blade against this Chaac, who's just able to throw that axe, teleport to it, throw up the rain dance, and then, you know, there's nothing he can really do to get away. He can drop his ultimate, but with the damage coming out from Rapio's snipes after Zenborne lines it up too, he just doesn't have the kit right now to deal with that aggression, and so he's got to go into that wing blade.
Rapio looking for the snipe. He's not going to find it. A little bit of miscommunication coming through. Zenborne not in position to find the taunt. Instead, in the backline, he's going to get punished for it. Jeron going to get punished himself because Watson has joined the fight, even though he's only 1 level lower.
Whoa!
Oh, the snipes coming through. Atonement still able to find Jeron. That's the second time that's happened.
Great snipes coming out from Atonement. This ROM really paying off, and honestly, exceL could probably hold this if they still had the Hunbats alive, but with him dead, it's going to fall. Again, though, unfortunate for Rival. Obviously, they won that fight overall there, but Rapio burning his ult while Zenborne was dashing again instead of waiting for the taunt, so that's not going to be useful, but still, all he needs to do is throw down that 3, and here it is again. Zenborne with the taunt, Elexum in a lot of trouble.
Elexum bringing out the ultimate, though, going to heal himself up just a smidge, but the ultimate coming through from Watson going to keep them silenced for now. One more hit, and Elexum would be gone. Nope, going to be a little bit off the mark. Still staying alive in the back line.
This is big now. You saw the TP coming as well. Mango Man and Welshbeastq pushing forward. Finds Watson. Zenborne. Oh, unfortunate. Tried to line up the body block, but Zenborne is still here inside the raw heal, and Mango Man is just absolutely cleaning up on the outside.
It's going to be a nice 2-man taunt, but it's not going to keep Zenborne alive for long. Welshbeastq able to clean up too, and Jeron still chasing Gnome, who's pretty comfortable in this tower. He's got the ult, but he's going to get stunned out with one more hit. He would have been gone, but he takes down the tower.
Yeah, that was a hard decision for Jeron to make there. He could have ulted and guaranteed that the tower doesn't go down, but he definitely thought he could take out the Odin before the Gold Fury was finished, or excuse me, before the Tier 2 was finished. That's going to be 1,500 gold to Rival when they're already in the lead. Gold Fury started up, and Raw lines it. But here comes that ult, so good job on the hold for Jeron. Mango Man's rotated in as well. It's going to be another pickup and a quick teleport from the monkey as well. Jeron finds Gold Fury for his team.
Rapio going to get punished for that. Rapio going to get punished completely for that. exceL going to be able to pick up their first Gold Fury of the game. While Rival sitting at a comfortable 2, just to make sure we don't lose track. But we're 17 minutes and 50 seconds in, 9-10 exceL. Showing signs of life.
And I'm going to roll back to that snipe for Raw, right? He had an absolutely free snipe if he just waited for Zenborne to set up the taunt there. And then we don't see Atonement have to burn his ult. I mean, maybe this fight goes the other way in the end, but instead, exceL doing a really good job. And shoutouts to Elexum and Mango Man.
And Rapio, I feel like with the second snipe at the Gold Fury, if he'd been a little bit more patient like he wasn't in the first situation, we probably could have seen the steal or maybe even the kill, because that damage was still being pumped out by the Gold Fury. But it's just a little bit of a lack of patience. They're getting kind of antsy. I
mean, you're playing raw jungle. You cannot play it like an assassin. And if that's Rapio, the only thing he's been playing, well, you're not used to that play style.
Yeah, but they're still sitting 4,000 up despite the Gold Fury coming out from exceL. So still doing pretty good. No steal potential, though. Nice stun, but not going to be a little bit off the mark.
And this is good, too. That Odin had been starting to become a real problem, I think, for exceL. But Phantom was picked up by CobbY there for his second relic. Still lacking a lot of physical protection, though. He only has Winged Blade and Heart Ward online, so he does have to worry about the damage coming out from Gnome and Watson. And Atonement as well. They're definitely going to be pumping out a lot onto him.
Watson just checking out the jungle right now. Going to be able to zone out Mango Man as the rest of his team gears up for another tower. They're taking the Tier 1 on the right side. They have one left. exceL didn't want to defend the Tier 1, but they want to defend the Tier 2.
Mango Man there coming in with his ultimate. He was low mana, so he really kind of needed to do that, but now he doesn't have his ultimate for this team fight, and Rival know it. They have the raw heals. They're going to be able to siege this up pretty effectively. My eyes are all on Rapio, though. He just needs to wait for Zenborne to set him up. I'd like to see some baited purification as well from Rival. And there it is, 3 members.
3 members and 2 purification already down. Circle of protection pop for a little bit of heal, but at this point, Rival have already come through. That's going to be the silence. Welshbeastq going to be able to take one out, but CobbY going to fall in placement. Atonement getting credit for the kill. Jeron trying to zone, and Rapio already forced out of the fight with the Yeah, it's going to be the curse, but the sprint going to be popped in retaliation.
Instead, going to turn his attention over to Atonement, who has Sanctuary. He's going to dash out, but run straight into the Gust, giving Welshbeastq the heal, and Rapio again off the mark on the stun. I think the tail end of that beam did connect with Welsh, though, allowing for Watson to find a return kill. Mangoman's taken out Gnome, and now it's the backstepping from Rival. Only Watson and Rapio left alive in this scenario.
I wish that was a snipe. That would have been nice, but still, every little bit of damage counts. But now Rapio gonna try to get through this jungle without having to go toe-to-toe with Jeron. He's gonna throw the monkey, but it's not gonna connect. Got
a speed buff as well. That Raw's way too fast with the help of his passive. And again, though, Rival just diving a little bit too deep. Probably could have just, I mean, you have this Raw, but the issue I'm seeing Rival have play around this Raw, and despite it being in the jungle, this actually might be them trying out sustained compositions. They aren't playing these team fights appropriately. They're just all in diving, looking for damage and for kills instead of just poking people out, resetting with your heal, trying to bait out relics, allowing your guaranteed snipe to come through between Rapio and Zenborne afterwards.
Is that complacency with being at the top of the charts, being the big dog? With this team comp, the aggression isn't working, but with everything else that Rival has drafted throughout the split, that has been their strat.
I mean, it's a different play style when you have the Raw in the jungle, too. Rapio's just not used to knowing, I think, what to do. He did a really good job of holding off his snipe, right? He knew the purification was going to be up. They got, what, a 3-4-man taunt, like huge taunt from Zenborne. The purifications were burnt, but then they just kept diving. Like, they easily could have just backed off. You saw Zenborne tank up that tower, get really disrupted as well from the Gust. Watson's trying to dive Elexum, and Rival have this thing where they're just trying to kill Elexum, but Elexum's able to sneak away.
A little bit of a word fight over in the Fire Giant. And I want to see a lot of plays coming out around here, especially in the next couple of minutes, because we are almost 22 minutes into the game. But I don't know if it's going to go in Rival's favor.
I mean, it's still really close. I do like their composition if they switch. Like, the Raw being in the jungle doesn't mean anything now because it's just team fighting. Yeah. That's really only for the first 15 minutes, and we didn't see exceL able to pressure the Raw's buffs, which is what you want to do with the mage and the jungle. But, I mean, it's been a really good job by exceL holding on in these fights and understanding how to play around it. And Elexum primarily is taking a lot of that focus and able to stay alive. He started off 0-3, in the first 10 minutes, hasn't had a death since, despite being the main point of, or the main focus of Watson.
Everybody's on the right side of the map, and Mangoman already forced to use his ultimate. He's trying to heal back up, but everybody's still with him. The snipes are going to be good, and the last one is going to hit. Mangoman falls.
Atonement probably doesn't need to burn those snipes there, but really just wanting to guarantee that kill. This has opened up a Fire Giant attempt for the team. Gold Fury is respawning as well. Only 3 members for exceL in position to defend this. Jeron still coming out of base.
He's one of the only members on exceL that are level 20, the other one being Welshbeastq. But, yeah, Phantom going to be good. Jump forward. Fire Giant's still going. It's going to fall, and it's going to fall for exceL, able to take it for themselves. And now Watson trying to chase, but going to get stunned out by Isis. Elexum, the snipe going to be good. They're trying to run away, but at this point, yeah, the airstrike going to be through. Lots of damage coming through, and Zenborne might be the next to fall. Gnome going to be able to take out Elexum. Atonement taking out Welsh.
Unfortunate.
They should have just gone away.
I mean, that was an easy fight for exceL to take. Instead, everyone's running away. Because of that, they split up, and Rival are able to take out their members one at a time. I mean, Jeron was looping around the back. Welsh still had ult. You saw him go.
There was so much happening.
On their retreat, they actually lined themselves up for Rapio to hit that 2-man snipe, and then it really kind of became hard. Nice job from Mangoman. He's really been the star for me. He is able to take out Watson, and a second onto Atonement, too.
He wants to take out Rapio as well. He's only got 1 hit. CobbY going to be able to come in and finish what he started. That's going to be 3 in retaliation. Mangoman finally falling to Gnome.
Wow, Rival just staying a little bit too long again. They have Fire Giant sustain, they have Raw sustain. Just back up and heal, and then you could take the tower. There is absolutely zero reason for them to be fighting if they're not full health. They have 2 players dead. They have Fire Giant regen. They have Raw heal. Instead, they just fight on low health. And they lost because of that. And now exceL going to be able to take that tier 1 tower. Or excuse me, they didn't have Fire Giant regen. They just had the Raw, but still, you got to play around that.
Unfortunately, it's not going to work out for them as the tier 2 tower is falling fast. Rival trying to put up a good defense, but Gnome not focusing in on the front line, trying to take out Welsh, who was a little too slippery for him. Didn't get there in enough time.
Now, only tier 2 towers left up for exceL, and you know, you got to give shout out to both teams, really doing a great job of taking out towers. You see that be a problem for some teams when they get really far behind in the early game or decently behind, and by the time they're able to win fights in the late game, there's so many towers up, and they need to win like 3 or 4 fights in a row to be able to finally expose Phoenixes and, you know, finish off and win the game there. Unfortunate for, or thankfully for exceL though, they've done a great job of taking out those towers. If they win one other fight, they can start taking out Phoenixes. They're in a very comfortable position in this game.
Rival are noticing that exceL are coming back into this game with the, you know, with gold and with these kills. So they're going to try to take this gold fury, and there's not going to be any contention coming out from exceL. They're going to pick their battles, but because of that, what had been a 2,000 gold lead still for Rival is going to get a little bit further away. So exceL is going to have to fight twice as hard, but they still have 2 towers on the map. Going to be a nice cage coming out from Zenborne and CobbY. Going to get trapped inside Atonement. He getting that last hit. I
mean, Phantom on cooldown for 5 more seconds when he got ringed.
Rip the dream.
That's just brutal. Knowing it's so close there, unfortunately, just walks around the corner. Yeah, again, not a lot of wards for exceL deep into the jungle, and CobbY just had no idea that was coming. He gets picked off, and again, this is going to be great for Rival. They've got a member down. They don't have Fire Giant, but they have the Raw. Fire Giant is only on Jeron now. This is going to be a pretty easy siege attempt coming out from them. They just need to make sure that Mango Man can't get to their back line.
Yeah, but we have Jeron coming through. Nice Fear No Evil, going to get 5 with the displacement, but didn't seem to bother them too much, even though they don't have any kind of Fire Giant help. Welshbeastq forced to use the airstrike to get out of the main sources of damage, but Jeron's still looking to try and find a hit. Rapio gonna get chunked. That Ra has no place in the front line. Nice stun onto Zenborne, and Elexum gonna help finish him off. But the back line, Rival still being forced out. That's gonna be the cage as a zoning tool. There's no jump coming out from Jeron, but CobbY still able to try to find it, and now Welshbeastq joining the chase.
And look at this, Mango Man's teleported behind them. Rival had no idea.
Nice.
Rapio flung into the wall, just trying to get away. Welshbeastq takes out Atonement, and Rapio, he's fast, he's got his passive, he's got a speed buff, but he's got 4 members chasing him down.
He's activating every ability as soon as it comes up to just help bolster his speed, and since exceL are already here, might as well take this tier 2 tower.
And again, I mean, I'm really surprised that fight went the way of exceL. The ultimate coming out from Jeron had no synergy. It was kind of wasted, but Rival dive really deep, and again, Mango Man has been the star. 6-3 and 6. He got a fully charged ultimate off onto 3 players, one of them being the Raw, who has no defenses to his name, got very low, and Mango, along with the rest of the team, they weren't able to kill him, but they forced him back, and so he was never in a comfortable position to drop down that heal and sustain back up.
And Mango Man has been doing his job of beelining for the Raw. Gnome gonna catch 2 once again in the cage, but the Phantom gonna be popped because he found the Erlang Shen in its place.
Now, just trying to run away. Sanctuary is popped, and Fear No Evil comes back up. Good job from Jeron. Good fling as well. The snipe, I don't think it connected. Welsh is able to get out.
Even if it did connect, it didn't take anybody out, which is what they wanted. And unfortunately for Rival, they're losing a lot of pressure because of this. Watson recognizes this, uses the ultimate to try and silence, but Jeron teleports to him to get a little bit of extra damage, and because he's so slippery, hops right away.
And then Mango Man as well there in the back line onto that Raw once again. Can't find the kill, but again, making him as uncomfortable as possible on Half-Life. And actually, Rival starting up the Fire Giant. Mango Man had no idea. He was trying to back, but he knows down. He's going to be coming in. FG at half.
And they're going hard, and it's falling fast. Mango Man trying to once again beeline for Rapio. Going to get taunted back by Zenborne. The Fire Giant still falling. It's getting so close, and it's still going to go to exceL.
Stolen away 2 times in a row. Gnome trying to take out Welsh, and he does. The snipe, it finds 2. Jeron very low. He is going to be able to get out, but Watson has Elexum onto the side. He's done a good job of staying alive.
Nice.
The blink from Jeron, but he needs to get out. Great play. Huge heads-up play from Jeron.
CobbY gonna fall to Atonement with the help of Rapio, but the cage is still up and Mango Man is still locked inside.
He's gotta stay alive.
He's gotta stay alive, or there's no defensive potential coming out from Excellence. All of Team Rival are here. They're gonna be able to sustain back up. Even though Mango Man has a little bit of anti-heal, it's not enough.
2 Fire Giants in a row. And see, look at this, damn it, this healing. 12,000 coming out. I mean, almost everyone in the game has done twice that damage. And that's, again, Rival not really playing around their sustained composition properly, I think. I think they're just unused to having the Raw onto Rapio, and it's clearly affecting them. I think, you know, if this was a normal jungle, I think they'd be fine. I'm pretty sure they'd be fine. Rapio trying to get a little practice in with the jungle raw.
I mean, it's not really working out for him, and there's still a tower left for exceL to go ahead and plug. And when that happens, it's going to just almost negate the lead gold-wise that Rival have. It's going to be even here pretty soon just because exceL had been on point with the kills, trying to catch up in the farm game. Rival have really missed out on a lot.
Yeah, and both teams are, you know, it's elite. I mean, at this point, under 2,000 gold, 30 minutes in, it's not elite. That's some team has warded more, you know, a tier 1 item maybe here or there, but you could look, almost everyone full build. It's Wind Demon being finished for Welshbeastq right now, only needs the last tier. Same thing with Rod of Tahuti for Isis, last tier away. Hunbatz, he's got, you know, 500 plus free gold in his inventory with that Bumba's mask that he's going to sell too.
I thought that was the Blood Shuriken of Doom.
It's called Wind Demon.
Drybear called it.
He's wrong. Drybear doesn't work on Smite.
I like Blood Shuriken of Doom more, but Rival going to go ahead and secure the Gold Fury once again. Going to bolster their lead just a smidge, just to keep exceL on their toes. Yeah. They're trying to build up that lead that they had earlier on, because right now, it's hardly anything. It's chump change.
And obviously, they want to get their last items online as soon as possible. You could see almost full build coming up from Atonement, needs that Deathbringer, but it's also good just to make sure that exceL can't finish off their items as well.
Mango Man going to get a nice tail whip, clear out the creep, and start letting the onslaught begin. They're going to group up exceL, waiting for the right opportunity because they're a little timid. Yeah, they don't want to go too hard.
exceL actually have not been the ones to force the fight at all just yet. And their engage is really relying on Blink Hunbats. They don't really have a strong engage otherwise, outside of CobbY looking for a pin. And Mango Man for a pluck, but both of those are a little bit risky, and you can see Mango Man recognizing how much damage he's going to take. And it's something to take note of that without the Hunbat's blink, it's not really a good spot, I think, for exceL to take any fights. They're almost better reacting to what Rival do.
And Rival trying to take advantage of this. In fact, traveling as a pack, waiting for the right opportunity to maybe even find Mango Man backing, but they're going to see the cage, they're going to see the fight happening over on the right side of the map, and not engage.
Nice try there, but I don't know if Jeron didn't have his jump or not, but he actually blinked out of the cage, so I'm assuming his jump was down there. Really fast reaction time coming out from him. Gnome probably thought he had him dead to rights, but couldn't put him in combat in time to make sure that blink wouldn't be available to him. But again, I mean, cage down for a blink, again, primary engage tool. Well, wow, I said that 800 times, but primary engage tool is that Blink Hunbats, and now the Blink's not available, so it's going to be hard for exceL to really force the issue. You can see Mango Man trying to line up a pluck. Does have Atonement in line, but the Raw Beam forces him back.
And we're seeing a complete shift. We saw Rival push them back into the jungle. Now that they've blown a couple of their cooldowns, exceL going to be able to push right back forward. Nice pluck onto Watson, but all the ultimates are coming out and coming out fast. The silence going to keep Watson available. Go right back to teleport to where he threw that axe, and we're right back where we started.
Shell popped, going to immune a lot of that damage now. Mango Man's taunted out. Rapio fires a snipe. He's not going to connect onto Mango Man, but Atonement does from the sky. Last snipe, first kill.
Last snipe, indeed, and doing a lot of damage onto Welshbeastq, just trying to get away in the process. Watson going to be able to juke, but Zenborne is not. They're going to keep chasing, though, because they're going to ride this all the way to the Phoenix.
Clearly, actually peeling off there to set up for that Fire Giant. That's going to be respawning in just a couple seconds, but big play coming out from Watson there. Throws the hammer, and I like the reaction from exceL there to go on him, recognizing that, you know, he's not going to be able to just quickly dash away, but the fast ult from Watson, you know, going to make him CC immune as well. And then just teleports right after, and then the shell immunes, you know, most of Mango Man's ultimate. And a lot of that too was Mango Man going aggressive while the rest of exceL were backing off, so a little bit of miscommunication, not very coordinated in that fight.
CobbY, Elexum, and Jeron are here, and the Fire Giant is still going. Rapio going to be able to add a little bit of heal and a little bit of damage too. 20% keeps falling fast. exceL have been able to get 2 of these stolen from Rival, but they're not going to be able to steal the third, because third time's the charm. Rival now have that nice shiny belt, and with no after fight, there's no punishment.
Now, I mean, so still very even. Almost everyone is full build in this game right now. But Rival finally have the Fire Giant. They weren't able to secure it the first 2 times when they started sieging up. That's going to make a big difference in this next siege. Gold Fury is going to go the way of exceL, I think. I mean, unless Rival want to steal it away. Rapio's got enough cooldown that he could probably just try and throw out an ult real quick. But he has no idea it's happening.
I don't even think he realizes it.
This Gold Fury means basically nothing. I mean, you're looking at completed Spirits Robes, you know, which could make an impact, but you know, those players are pretty tanky anyway. I guess the thing is it might keep Jeron alive more if he can get that tier 3 done.
Yeah, Rapio waiting. Zenborne may have seen somebody, but gonna go ahead and back off instead. Meanwhile, the rest of the team forcing down the left side, clearing out the creep because they want to clear this one first so they can keep getting these Fire Giants. If you take this left side, these Fire Minions are gonna pour in, and your hands are gonna be tied on the opposite side of the map from where Rival want to be.
Here's the thing. Oh, taunt. They're gonna catch out CobbY, and they do get his ultimate. That's big for Rival here as they try and siege this Phoenix. Either way this fight goes, honestly, a team could probably win off it, though. Level 20 across the board for Rival right now, outside of the Athena, and a 2-man taunt from Zenborne.
And the Circle of Protection, like clockwork, comes up again inside the cage, negate the healing, but they're on the same team, so it doesn't matter. Meanwhile, Jeron hiding behind the pillar just to keep away from the snipes coming out from Atonement. Instead, we're still going to see Rival wait for the right opportunity to come through.
Playing around the raw a little bit more. 2-man taunt and the jump forward from Watson as well. Elexum silenced out. Gnome's taking out 1 in the meantime, and there it is. First 2 kills over to Rival.
Watson takes out Elexum, but the fight is still going. Looking for CobbY, gonna be able to find it with Gnome. Welshbeastq gonna be able to agility out of there, but the Phoenix is down, and Rival have broken into the throne room.
Only 2 players left alive right now. Jeron gonna have to come up big, and we see Welsh doing a good job too. They're going to jump to the back line looking for Atonement. Welsh does take a basic back. That's not going to leave him as healthy as he wants, but he can't find the basics. Rapio juking him way too well. Gnome's going to do enough damage to Jeron as well. Slowed in place. Only 1 player left alive, but Welshbeastq does take 1 out.
Rapio gonna fall, but Welshbeastq gonna fall in the process if he's not careful. It's 1 more shot away. He keeps agility off of the Gus, but Gnome gonna be able to take him out finally.
That could be game.
There's only 2 people on the board, Gnome and Watson. I don't know if they have enough damage to bring down the Titan, though.
I mean, 10 seconds on the next 2 players. You have minions in the left, you have minions in the mid, but unfortunate for them, the minions have just respawned.
Athena.
Here comes Athena, ult Titan getting very low. Here's the respawn from Mango Man, quickly immuning a lot of that damage. Watson is getting incredibly low. Elexum's gonna find the kill, but the Titan is still falling.
The taunt's still gonna be good. The heal coming out from the Erlang Shen as well, just to keep himself in this fight. The Titan
2%.
is still going. It's got 1%
2%.
left. Somebody just sneeze on it, and there it goes. 37 minutes on the dot. Rival find the first game. Barely.
Really close ending there. Great job by Jeron and Welsh. Just utilizing the gust and just the damage from Hunbats. Had that Deathbringer online, able to take out 2, but still two members alive for Rival in the end there, and the Athena ult. Man, that was close. That was like 3. That was like 3% left on the final person there, able to finish off that Titan. But Rival, we're already guaranteed for LAN. It was a nice fought game by exceL either way. You know, not many teams have become that close to beating Rival, I would say.
Exactly. Do you think we're gonna see a comp like that again, or think it's gonna go more conventional
If I'm Zenborne, I'm yelling right now. I'm like, Rapio, I taunt, you snipe, not the other way around. So I don't know if we'll see Rapio on the raw. Definitely not his forte. I know Watson was able to switch into mid lane. I don't know if Rapio's going to be able to do the same, though. He should just stick to the jungle for now.
He did a really good job on the Chaac mid, though, but